Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout. I'm using an older collection that I had put together a while back. It was kind of a kit, I guess. I had pulled out lots of pink paisley, Jen Hatfield, and there's some other Simple Stories is the new one here that I'm adding in. This is from a farm collection for Simple Stories. There's two different farm collections. This one here, which is like a vintage, I don't remember what it was called. And then this one here is another farm one from Simple Stories. I believe this one was called Homegrown, but it's like more bright colors. But there's a ba on there, which is funny because the photos are of my son feeding sheep on a farm. So we had went on a field trip and he was allowed to go with the kids and walk around the farm, and he even got the chance to stand in line and wait his turn to feed the sheep. So he was really excited for that. He was only 3 years old, but animals are definitely his favorite thing at that time. So he was very excited to stand there and wait and feed the sheep. So here I have lots of scraps. I'm actually not going to use this paper here that I'm showing right now, this blue like wood grain chevron. I'm going to actually save that one and use it on a different layout. I love the flowers on the other side of that one too, but I end up not bringing that in. The white paper there that you see with the like half circle and then part of a square, I'm going to use that to map my photos since that will be white. This is going to be the background piece here. And we're going to get started here on the layout in just a minute. And here I have everything all cut out. I went through the die cut pack. Not everything in the die cut pack was in there, of course, because I had already used it before. But I went ahead and rounded the photo corners of the photos and of all of the pieces that I'm going to use as like embellishments. And that's because one of the frames has like a bumpy border on it. And I just thought it looked kind of cute with the rounded corners. This frame here actually has rounded corners too. So that was another reason to go ahead and round the corners. I just thought it fit a little bit better with rounded corners. And this one I'm going to glue down and realize, whoops, I was supposed to put that in there first. So, but it's okay. It wasn't stuck down yet, so I was able to tuck it in there. Sorry, I'm a little bit off screen. I have to pull it a little bit closer to me to be able to see it. And unfortunately, I forgot to kind of adjust it. And so you could see what I was doing. But I'm just putting the frames on the photo mat and kind of piecing it together. I wanted it to be on both photos, so I cut the frame so that it would fit behind both of them. And only part of it is going to show in the end, so it's okay. This green piece, that was the only piece I had left of that particular paper that was the darker green. And then this one here was one of the frames. I'm actually going to flip it what would be upside down and use just the tan part of it is what I was going for. And then over here, I just want a little bit of this tan part to show on this side also. Like I said, I'm just doing whatever I'm doing to one, I'm doing to the other, except for the green. The green I'm not going to add onto the little photo, and that's just because I really didn't have a lot of it. But if I would have gutted it from behind it, I could have added it to both. But it's okay. It doesn't need all of the same colors. Just having some of them is fine. This little barn I thought was cute. The little star that's on top of it is actually from Jen Hatfield, but it matches with the Simple Stories barn. And then these little leaves here, I punched out from a metal die that I have in my stash, and I used the scraps of paper to do that. I also brought in a black piece of Simple Stories paper because it matches that black star. So I was able to add a little bit more black to the layout, and that's just something I like to do. I always add whatever colors I'm adding. I like it to be in more than one place, unless there's a reason that it's only in one place. But for the most part, I want it to be in usually three, if not more places. So Here I have the little bar that I took off of the foam stickers for Simple Stories, Barnyard, and then Friends. So it's going to be Barnyard Friends, which I just thought was cute. It uses up some of those stickers. I got those stickers at Tuesday morning. They were fairly cheap, and that's why I went ahead and bought them. But I didn't have very many photos to use them for. I do have a few other like farm photos and stuff to use, but I wasn't really sure how I was going to use those, but they're in my stash, so I'm trying to get through the stash. And then I had these little sheep, those were from the ephemera pack, along with the orange peach colored flowers and the butterflies. And again, I just thought the color wise, they match and they look good on the layout. And really, I'm going off of the colors of his shirt, is how I decided what colors to use for this layout. In real life, the blue looks more blue versus purple. I'm not sure what it looks like for you guys. On my phone, it's showing a little bit more purple versus blue. But in real life, it really is more of like a navy blue color. But here I'm just adding those little leaves up here too, or branches. Not sure what you call those. But there's one in black, one in the lighter blue color, and then a darker navy blue color. I believe is the three colors I used, or white. But I think they're blue. And then here, that was the black paper, and I was just matting that little uh, piece there that I added down at the bottom of the photo. Let me check to see what that says. Enjoy today, that's what it says. And again, that just adds a little pop of black, but it also helps that sticker just pop a little bit. This pink paisley collection, I really loved the colors of it, but it was really hard to use because everything was the same size. So, but I've used a lot of it and it's out of my stash now. I do have one or two sheets of 12 by 12 left that will go back into my stash. I'll go ahead and keep the sticker sheet for now. But there is my layout. I hope you guys enjoyed today's layout. I definitely enjoyed creating this layout, and I love how it turned out. It's so cute. And in the photo where he's looking to the side, he's waiting for the sheep to come out so he can feed them. But thank you. Bye.